Guys, I'm excited to be sitting down with Rob Wensley, the founder and CEO of Investor Lift. Rob and I have been doing a lot of content together. If you guys haven't, be sure to check out our masterclass we did about how to build a $1 million a month wholesale business. It's phenomenal, guys. It's really exciting. So, Rob, thank you for sitting down with me. We're going to be talking about a topic that I've covered extensively here on the channel. If you know me and follow me, you know how passionate I am about this, and Rob is as well, and that's regarding regulation in the wholesaling industry. And so Rob is actually excited to get behind this cause with me, be involved in the movement, really help us push this forward. And Rob and some of the top wholesalers in the nation, the top 50 in the nation that are part of Investor Lift. I mean, we're talking about billions in annual transactions, not millions, billions are also getting behind this movement, because everyone is seeing, if you're in the business and you're in the industry, you cannot deny or ignore that regulation is coming, and it's coming fast. Some of the regulation right now doesn't seem that bad. But if you're growing a business, and if you're starting to be virtual and you're crossing state lines, which why would you not? I mean, most wholesalers now are not limited to a market. The regulation requiring licensing to market a contract is going to directly impact your business, because now you're going to have to get licensed in multiple states. So we'll talk a little bit about this. We'll kind of do an overview. But Rob, why do you see this as such an important topic that has to go from the back burner to the front burner in our industry?
Yeah. So I think right now what's happening is, with low interest rates and the Fed pumping so much money into the economy over the last few years, it created this perfect storm for there to be this massive influx of, to be honest, newbie wholesalers.
Yeah.
Okay.
COVID helped that too, because you're at home, you're looking for something.
Tens of thousands of new wholesalers. And, a lot of wholesalers run their businesses properly and do things right. But there's also a lot of wholesalers that do a lot of dumb shit. Like we were talking the other day about one guy who literally for every 40 contracts he signs up, only ends up closing one. Stuff like that gives wholesalers a bad name. You get a bunch of sellers complaining to, their governor or whatever. And the first thing they do is they say, okay, we just got to stop this. So they're looking at the negative side effects, but what they're not failing to look at, which no one's really helped them look at, that is the positive impact of real estate wholesalers. We are a vital, critical part of the real estate economy, of the stability of U.S. real estate markets, because the realtors are not servicing the needs of these customers. The realtors have already passed on these distressed sellers. They don't have the skill sets, the training, the buyers, the ability to estimate renovation costs and things like that. Most wholesale close quickly in days. Most realtors do not have the right tool to solve the job for motivated sellers. Now, if you take the wholesalers away, what happens? You got all these distressed assets that are not being fixed up. So neighborhoods start falling apart. Crime starts coming in. You get all this distressed inventory. Us as real estate wholesalers, we come in and we're literally pumping billions of dollars into these states' economies, fixing up these neighborhoods, bringing them back to life, bringing good families back into these homes, and just revitalizing, keeping America's neighborhoods nice. Some of the legislation, I think, right now it's just like, it's knee jerk. It's just, we got to do something. Oh, there's only one licensing association for real estate, and that's NAR. Let's just make everyone become a realtor. It doesn't make any sense though, because what you learn as a realtor is completely different than what you need to learn as a wholesaler.
And you also have the state saying that you have to be licensed, but then you have the local brokers who are saying, we don't want wholesalers because we don't understand it. We don't know what you're doing. You're a liability. So you have a wholesaler who's now being required to have a real estate license, trained as an agent, trying to wholesale with a broker that doesn't want them. It's a complete disaster.
Complete disaster.
But yet it's coming. And so what needs to happen about this? Well, if you believe in the industry like Rob and I do, and if you're thinking about the long-term impact of the industry, you should care tremendously about this. It should not just be an afterthought. I don't care if there's a workaround. The workaround is like a Band-Aid. It's not solving any problems. It's not helping anything to be like, okay, well, I'll just do some kind of workaround and my buddy's an agent and we'll run it, whatever. That's not how this needs to be addressed. It's just...
Guys are already getting hit for that. Like every week I get a call from high up companies that are getting complaints from real estate associations because like they messed up one thing or didn't understand the rules of that one state. It's the first time they've ever done a deal and they're getting slapped.
And it's only going to get worse. So if you think, well, that's not that bad, whatever legislation they pass, that's a marketing thing, and that's not going to be the end of it.
No.
The end goal of NAR is to stop wholesaling, because NAR doesn't understand our industry either, and they just want every single wholesaler to now go under the broker agent model, pay NAR dues and all of that.
It's more market share for them.
Right.
More dues for them, more power.
So we have to do something about this. And so we've got the bones created, right? We've started the association. We have a formal trade organization.
Fully set up.
And then we just need some energy. We just need some passion. We just need to now move this forward. We've, since I've been talking about it, I haven't talked about it for a minute, but since I started talking about it, we now have thousands of people on the waiting list, and you can join too. It's NRE. What is it? I always forget the number.
We'll drop a link down below and throw up a screenshot.
Yeah, it's the NREWA, the National Real Estate Wholesalers Association. So if you go to NREWA.org, we've got a website up, and you can get on a waiting list, and we'll start to inform you as we make some big movements here and some big changes. And so thank you. I just want to first publicly thank you, Rob, for seeing the vision, wanting to get behind, bringing your influence in all of the investor lift, the top wholesalers in the country, getting them rallied behind this as well, so we can actually do something.
Absolutely. Yeah. Individually, we don't have any power. I'd been thinking about this for the last couple of years, and I saw you did an episode with Pace, Jamil, and Brent when you first talked about this last year. And I was like cheersing you guys from my living room. I'm like, yes, we got to do that. But I think the problem that you've had up to now is like it can't just be 2 or 3 or 4 of us. We need to all collectively get together. Thousands of us need to get together and demonstrate, hey, we're pumping billions of dollars into your economies. Look, we're not against legislation. We're not against licensing. I'm a little bit of a libertarian, but I'm like, if there's going to be some rules, let's at least make sure that the rules make sense and don't hurt businesses.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people that are passionate about, anti-regulation, they come forward and they're like, this isn't right. That's against the Constitution. All these things like this shouldn't be happening. I agree.
Yeah,
but it's
going to happen.
It is. It's happening.
It's already happening. And it's written poorly. So let's just write it right.
Yeah. So let's be a part of the solution. Let's come forward and let's talk about, maybe we can have standardized contracts. Maybe we can have a code of ethics. Maybe we can raise the bar, improve the industry, go to these legislators and say, hey, we get it. We see your concern. Here's what we're doing as an industry to make this a better industry.
Absolutely.
And we want to be part of the conversation. We want to sit down with you, and we want to now take what they would have done very poorly and not understanding what we do to now help them see how vital this is. And Rob, I completely underestimated just how big our industry is.
Huge.
I mean, I was thinking, multi-billion, but I was thinking 5 billion or I don't know. And just on the Investor Lift platform alone, what kind of volume is just that platform?
We're projecting about 14 billion through the Investor Lift platform this year. And I know for a fact we have less than 10% market share. So wholesaling is a multi-$100 billion industry.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Nobody really thinks about just the impact we have in the economy and in the housing industry.
If you look at the numbers of just deal volume moving through Investor Lift, the last time I checked, we were moving collectively, altogether, moving 2.5 times more homes through Investor Lift each month than all of the multi-billion-dollar iBuyers combined.
Yeah.
Combined. So they're multi-billion-dollar companies. We're a bunch of mom and pop shops. On our own, we're cockroaches. But if we put all our cockroaches together, we're a freaking gorilla, 800-pound gorilla.
One of the first things we're doing, guys, just to give you an update, is Rob's reached out to the cartel bosses, so the top 50. I mean, these are people doing hundreds of thousands to millions a month, right? These are the
assignment fees earned. Yeah.
Insane. These are the top players in the business, and Rob is helping reach out to them, and we're getting all of their contracts. Everyone running around with contracts. And we're going to have our legal team, and we're doing this on our own money, their money, our money, because there's no income yet. We're not collecting dues.
It's a nonprofit. You can't make that.
Yeah. And we're not even collecting yet from like you and everybody that wants to be a part of this. and we're going to start to create a master contract that would really be the best contract you could have anyway, right, for the industry. That's not just biased to the wholesaler, because those don't hold up in court, but also protecting the seller, just the right way to do the business, the right way to transact.
Exactly.
And so that's like one of our big projects right now. And we're actually doing it. It's not, I've been talking about it, but now Rob is actually helping me do it.
Yeah.
And so think how amazing that's going to be if we could actually have that.
Yeah. I already got all 50 contracts from the top 50 guys in the country. And we're going to be doing too is initially doing some initial calls with them on talking about, okay, what are these regulators concerned about? What are the problems? Okay, and then how could we kind of write a code of ethics that addresses those issues? Because those are the issues of why they want to jam legislation through. So we just need to figure out a more concise and smarter way of solving those problems for the people that have them, without hurting our businesses, number one. So I think, standard code of ethics, and this standardized training program where if you got a new acquisition manager, you got a new disposition manager, hey, go online, take this course. And instead of having to go put everyone through a realtor course, you just put them through a course that we collectively create, right? All of us all agree on. And we're like, hey, here's how to do it properly. And then once you're done, you're now licensed as a real estate wholesaler.
Yeah.
And
certified and trained.
We'll do certification cards and everything. And then now you can use that certification card now as a sales and marketing tool.
Yeah.
You go to a home seller, you say, look, I'm certified licensed real estate wholesaler. They're like, oh, wow. All right, to talk to, wasn't, right? So we're thinking of ways to, if we do this, make it, everything we do is going to be to make you guys more money, to help you get more deals, to help you sell those deals more efficiently, and to help regulation not come in and jack up your business, because that's exactly what's happening.
And bless the lives of distressed sellers. I mean, you solve massive problems in people's lives. Sellers that are going to lose their property, sellers that have no other options. They're up against the wall. They're in a really bad place, and wholesalers solve those problems. Yeah, you make a difference in the lives of people by giving them the cash and convenience of a fast closing and all the benefits that we provide to sellers and buyers that are looking for these opportunities. Right? What you do. You are the most important cog in the entire real estate wheel. Is 100%. The wholesaler. If it wasn't for the wholesaler, the real estate industry would suffer tremendously. Yeah. The Private Lender Association of America, they've come to me and they said, Jerry, we're on board. What can we do? We want to be a part of this. And I said, well, why do you guys care? And they said, we've been watching you talk about this. And we went back and we surveyed all of our private lenders in our entire association. And it was something like 70% of their loans that they underwrote were sourced by wholesalers. Wow. So they get it. They're like, okay, our cash buyers that are using our funding or our lenders, they're getting their deals from wholesalers. By and large, the majority of their deals come from wholesalers. Yeah. So you are an important part of this whole business, this whole industry. Absolutely. You make a difference, and we want your feedback. I know there's concerns. People have concerns about this. Great. Bring your concerns, but be a solution. Don't just complain and find fault. We're trying to do this the right way. We're trying to preserve our industry, make it better so that our kids can be in this industry. So if you've got ideas, or if you don't like, or if you got a problem with something, don't just complain, bring a solution. We want your input. Absolutely. And that's why we did this video. We want to reach out to you and say, hey, this is something that we're actually going to move forward. We're actually going to put energy and passion and people. We're going to start to put, a board of directors together and fill all these roles to really build out a real trade organization to protect our industry and make it better. Absolutely. So the next steps from here, guys, if you're watching this, is right now, Jared and I, we're going to be starting and working on the contracts right away and getting feedback from some of the biggest operators, getting all their contracts together, putting that to legal teams and having them, draft some contracts that work in any state and solve any issues you might run into on a contract. That's number one. Number two is going to be drafting kind of preliminary code of conduct / training program. I think it'd be great to get feedback from people that are maybe watching this. We're going to do initially some small Zoom calls with some of the big players in the industry. But I think once we do that, it would be great to maybe just open it up and do a Zoom call or something where anyone that's watching this could jump on and give their feedback. What are your thoughts? I mean, let's get people involved.
Yeah.
Bring your ideas, bring your solutions. If you're seeing things happening in your market that you think are hurting the industry, bring that forward. What can we do to make this a better place for all of us, where we can all make money, help sellers, help our buyers, service our customers, and really just bless lives? I mean, we're all here. I hope you're in this industry, not just to make money, but to have impact in a positive way. If it wasn't for that, I'd be long gone, because, you know, like I've made a lot of money and I make a lot of money, and I'm way past like paying my bills and providing for my family. I want to actually be remembered for doing something great and doing something big. And this is it. This is something that will have an impact. There'll be a time in 10 years or 5 years or whatever years down the road when we'll look back, people will look back and say, that was a pivotal moment in our industry.
That was when the industry was saved.
That was when the industry was saved.
Yeah.
So be a part of it.
Absolutely. Join us on this movement. Okay.
Yeah. Go to the waiting list right now. So if you go to that nrewa.org, again, we'll put the links below, but get on the waiting list, because as we start to do this stuff, we're going to send out announcements. We'll tell you what's happening, what's going on, other ways you can be involved, the next steps, and all of that. So,
absolutely.
Again, Rob, thank you so much for bringing your massive influence in your platform and the people you talk to every day that are really movers and shakers, bringing them forward with this and helping them also see the vision and be a part of this. And again, you as well. I don't care if you're working on your first deal or you're doing 20 deals a month, wherever you're at in your journey, in your business, please join us in this movement to make this a better place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thanks so much for joining us. Once again, the website, guys, join the waitlist. The website is, we're going to put it up on the screen here too.
NREWA, National Real Estate Wholesalers Association. It's a 501c6, which is a specific nonprofit for trade organizations.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Awesome.
We'll see you guys soon.